Hello Guardians and welcome back. Have I got a build for you today? Well, it's not my build. First of all, I want to explain this is Aztecross's build. If you don't know who Aztecross is, he's one of the biggest Destiny YouTubers. Go check out his channel, go check out his video on this build if you want to. But I just want to reiterate this build for those of you who don't know who Aztecross is. This is a build that's ridiculous in Crucible. I mean, you can see from the gameplay on screen how stupid this build is. You can get in and out super fast, and you can basically eliminate people without them even putting a shot on you. It's ridiculous. It works well in 3s, it works well in 6s. It's stupid, and it just guts trials right now. It tears apart teams, and I hate it. I really do. But, you know, I had to test it out to see how it would go, and I love it, and it's just gross. Alright, so basically the way this build works is you dive in, you shoot the dead messenger, it does a good amount of damage, and then you slide melee and you kill whatever got hit with a dead messenger. And the way we have the build set up, you get your melee every few seconds, so it's just this ridiculous chain, and you always can do like tons and tons of damage. And if you're close to a lot of people, in theory you can kill 6 people. If the team is stacked in one room, you can kill 6 people. Alright, let's break down this build real quick, and I'll show you some more gameplay, and that'll be it. First of all, subclass, we're going Stormcaller. You can run Storm Trance or Chaos Reach, doesn't matter, run whatever you want. As far as aspects go, we're running Lightning Surge. While sliding, activate your charged melee ability to blink forward. This is what makes the build right here. It's that ability to blink into combat and just obliterate everything in sight. Alright, the next aspect, Electrostatic Mind. Defeating targets with arc abilities or defeating jolted or blinded targets creates ionic traces. Those ionic traces are key to getting your melee back and getting this loop started again. As far as the grenade goes, use whatever you like, doesn't matter. Melee, we're going with Chain Lightning. Not the Ball Lightning because it has a higher cooldown. We want this one, it has a lower cooldown, that's the main focus of it. As far as the movement and the well, doesn't matter, use whatever you want. But let's jump down to fragments. First of all, we want Spark of Resistance. While surrounded by combatants, you are more resistant to incoming damage. This doesn't have a huge impact, but it's helpful, and you get plus 10 strength, which is what we're aiming for in the long run, so it's good. Spark of Recharge. While critically wounded, your melee and grenade energy recharge more quickly. This one can be replaced for whatever you want, but I just like to have it because when you jump into a combat situation like that, you're going to get down to low health by the end of it, so this helps you recharge your melee faster. Spark of Ions. Defeating jolted targets creates ionic traces. This is a key one. Make sure you have this. This will get your melee back a lot faster. Then we have Spark of Feedback. Taking melee damage briefly increases your outgoing melee damage. In this process, you might take a melee hit or two. It's actually good if you take a melee hit before this whole process starts because you will output way more damage if you get hit first. But it's not always guaranteed. It also gives you 10 resilience, which is always good. From there, we're going to move on to our exotic, and this is what's going to really amp up how many times we can do this. Claws of Ahamkara. With the exotic perk, The Whispers, we gain an additional melee charge. Having that additional melee charge is just good because then we can overflow our melee recharge rate. So if we're recharging really fast, it just bleeds over into another melee, and that is getting prepped for our next combat cycle. And another key to this build, Dead Messenger. If you don't have Dead Messenger, it comes from the Throne World in the Vox Obscura strike mission thing on Mars. You use this first, as you can see here on screen. You shoot it down, you do a bunch of damage, then you follow it up with your melee. You could swap it out for another wave frame, but this is just ease of use. This makes it so it's just a lazy build. You don't have to target much. The wide spread of Dead Messenger is just stupid, so just use this instead of just a regular wave frame. Use whatever you want in the primary slot, but I like to run an SMG just in case I don't kill somebody. I can clean them up really quickly. Heavy does not matter. Alright, let's jump into our stats and then our mods. First of all, we're aiming for 100 strength, and then after that, probably recovery or resilience, whatever you like more. Going along with that, Radiant Light is an excellent mod to have. This gives you plus 20 strength when you have another mod equipped. We're moving on down to the Claws of Ahamkara with melee kickstart and the submachine gun dexterity. We run melee kickstart because when you expend your melee energy, you get a little bit back. So you're just getting it back a lot faster. If you're not running an SMG or you don't want to run an SMG, whatever it is, just run 2 melee kickstarts. You'll get your melee back even faster. Then we move on down to our chest piece. It really doesn't matter what goes on here. The reason why I run quick charge is because of the secondary perk, which greatly increases the ready speed of a submachine gun, which is exactly what I want to do for cleanup. Then we have grenade launcher holster right here. I like to run that just because it allows me to gradually reload my dead messenger if I'm not paying attention, if I'm not reloading it. Then we move on down to the bottom. We run trace evidence. Defeating combatants affected by arc debuffs spawns ionic traces. This just allows you to get more melee energy back from those ionic traces. Then I threw on amped up just because there's no real need for it, but staying amplified just makes you faster and you can kind of run around the map. Well, there you go. That is the full build. Here's a build pick up on screen. Again, this is Aztecross's build, so please go check out his channel, go sub to him, whatever you want to do. I don't want to take credit for this build, I just wanted to spread the word that it is ridiculous, because this is really a disgusting build, but it's a lot of fun. Even if you don't like Crucible that much, just go into Crucible, test this out. It's a fun build, it'll make you enjoy Crucible, and it'll make a lot of people mad. And thank you so much for watching, Guardians. If you found this video content entertaining or useful or whatever, hit that subscribe button and like down below. Thank you so much for watching, Guardians, and have a wonderful day.